So the Hanging City, which is where the Shanlings live. They can jump and they're really good at like climbing and stuff. And their city is made in a giant ravine, and it's all of these bridges of different levels going different ways, and there's buildings attached to the underside of the bridges hanging down. So you jump from bridge to bridge, and then you go down into the building. And the ravine is so narrow, and like nobody else can get into it. And even the drays who can fly can't get into it because the ravine's so narrow, their wingspan, they don't fit. And like even like the younger drays who are smaller and have smaller wings, they can't fit because they can't fly for that long. They don't have the ability. They'll just fall to their death. And like down below, it's just massive rocks, spikes, and the ocean. And I also determined that the ocean is like this slate gray, murky color, as if it's like constantly a stormy sea, but there's this red froth, and the red froth is like poisonous. And there are these giant black, like inky, oily black sea anemones that their tendrils grow out of the water and ensnare anything that flies above it and drags it down to eat it. So you can't even fly or go on the water because you'll just be absolutely devoured. And that also means that in the Hanging City, they're protected from below because nobody can come in through that way. But people could drop things down onto them. Yeah. They're also the only crit species that remained on the mainland after the crit evacuation, after they all got kicked off the mainland, because one, nobody knows that they're there because the Shanlings can manipulate light. They can bend light so they can make illusions, almost like mirages, and they can bend light away from themselves to envelop themselves in shadow and hide really easily. And I think that's really fucking cool. They can change like the color of things and the way light bounces off of different things. Yeah, so they can, yeah, it's really freaking cool. But so nobody knows that the Hanging City is there or that it exists. Everybody thinks that they left, but they didn't. And the other thing is, even if they did know that it was there, they couldn't do anything about that. They can't get to it. They can't get to them. There's no way they could get them to leave.